What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a very nice start to your weekend. I'm Aslan Hajavani, joined by Michael Langston, recruiting analyst for Warchant.com, the ultimate Seminoles sports source. That promo code, Norvell 2020, it expires soon. Use it. Take advantage of it. 25% off an annual membership, $25 e-card to Garnet and Gold, and 3 free months tacked on top of it. Everything I just said scrolling at the bottom of the screen, as is our subscribe button to our YouTube channel, which is totally free of charge. And what should they also do, Michael?
Click the like button, guys.
There
Help us out. Help us out.
Right on. All right, Michael, some news here on this Saturday morning. Florida State with a commitment from a product from Alabama who's now in Florida these days.
Yeah, Malik McClain, 6'5", 195. We mentioned him as one of the other major targets that hasn't committed. There was like basically 3 spots. You have Destin Payson that they're waiting on, that they look really good for, still look really good for. But Malik has been a guy that's been very high on their list. J.J. Henry was also one that was very high on their list. Now, I'm not going to lie, I didn't see this coming as far as today because there hasn't been an indication as far as him committing. But I felt like FSU was one of his best offers. He really had a great relationship already with Kenny Dillingham and certainly Marcus Davis as a sports staff analyst at FSU. He's done a phenomenal job with McClain and really setting the foundation early on for FSU to finish this off and get a massive commitment because they needed something to kind of get the momentum going again. And this kid is an extremely athletic, dynamic downfield threat that can do a lot of things in this Norvell offense.
Right, and as we see, he committed on Twitter, saying, I want to thank God and my family for supporting me through the recruitment process. Thank all my coaches and trainers to help me get to where I am now. I will be committed to Florida State University. So looks pretty good. And I'd say he looks pretty good in Garnet and Gold, but that's the black unis, which we don't see a lot. I wonder if those are really his arms. He's pretty jacked, but pretty intriguing prospect, right? Just in terms of his size, speed, that sort of combination.
I would say that's pretty realistic, his size, because, I mean, he's a pretty big kid. I mean, he's very stacked. That's why I mentioned when I talked about Eric Smith earlier in the year. I mean, he's skinny, but this kid's were more defined, and where he is just thick, very good up body. You watch his film, you see the explosiveness. I mean, you see why FSU liked him so much. I mean, to have a big receiver that can move the way he moves. I mean, he gets upfield with his routes really well, and after the catch, he really has good speed to pull away from defenders. So. Guy that's originally from Daphne, Alabama. So people like to know originally where people are from. So he's from Daphne.
Good, strong program down there on the coast in Alabama.
Yeah, so originally from Daphne, extremely athletic for a big receiver. We saw that last year when they took Kentre Poirier, who's already turning heads at FSU's practices as a freshman. They seem to have want more size, so this certainly gives them another addition and a massive one. That certainly is putting this wide receiver class now into focus, where you have different type of receivers. You have a Joshua Burrell, who's a matchup problem at 6'2", his strength, and then you have a guy with height and weight, and a guy can stretch the field even more with Malik McClain, and then I think eventually they're going to close off this class wide receiver with Destin Payson, and that's a phenomenal haul right there, if assuming all that happens.
I mean, you mentioned the sort of diversity and the talent set that they have at the wide receiver position, Michael. These are all pretty big dudes by and large, though. I mean, is there anybody else out there that's more of that sort of smaller size slot receiver guy you think they're after, or will Payson, who we've been hearing a lot about here, will that probably be the guy that concludes, you think, what they're going to go for?
Well, I think it'll probably conclude with Destin Payson, but they're after J.J. Henry. He's another major target that they're after. Probably just fits that one position. You're talking about the slot position, and who knows if he wants to commit? They might decide and take 4. So I could see that happening. But J.J. Henry is definitely somebody they're pushing hard for. Obviously, getting Malik McClain gives you options and gives you flexibility to be a little. You don't have to rush to get another guy now that you have Malik McClain on board, because I think they feel good with where things are at with Destin Pazons. But certainly getting McClain really helps you see the end of the tunnel of getting what you want at wide receiver. So I think it kind of forces everyone else to kind of maybe speed up the thing and get this receiver class wrapped up.
All right. Well, there you go, folks. So the latest commitment for Florida State, 3-star receiver out of IMG Academy, Malik McClain, big-time target for the Noles, Kenny Dillingham, Mike Norvell, and company. Michael, your information, your time is always appreciated.
You got it, man.